Welcome back, guys. We're back here with another video from our dumpster. As you can see, Kerry has the chain. He took the win last week, won the most categories.
He's so humble. He's actually very humble.
Yes. As you can see, we don't have our winner from last week, Isaiah, with us, but we have two other guests. So we have Alasdair here with us from Gledhill Recycling.
Gledhill Recycling Services.
Yes, he's a broker that we work with. And also we have Mike with us.
Hi guys, thanks for having us.
Both their first dumpster videos.
Oh,
Yes,
it won't be their last.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
won't be their last for sure.
No.
Yes.
It definitely won't be.
Just decided to change it up a little bit, and we have Alasdair here to talk with us a little bit about nickel. So, if you don't mind, just give a little about yourself.
Well, thanks, Alex. Great to be here in central PA and in the beautiful sunshine.
It's
And-
t-shirt weather.
Well, yeah, I
For
don't know
most
why.
of
I don't know
us.
why I'm wearing this.
Yeah, get that upscale Carhartt
There we
jacket
go.
off. Come on.
So it's good to be here,
Throws it in
and
the ground.
I was trying to remember with Carrie and Alex the last time I was here. I think it's got to be at least 15 years ago.
Wow.
So right about the time
That we're gonna
the last big boom
that we're
in
gonna
metals.
talk about.
And we will talk about that. But no, it's great to be here, and it's really nice for me now that I own my own business, Gledhill Recycling Services, a broker to the stars, if you will. And I have to give a shout out to my good friends at Abcom in Singapore because they've given me a lot of support in the last few months, and also my friends at Dominion Nickel Alloy, who are also good friends of mine. So thanks for the support, guys. And lovely to be out in the yard and seeing big piles of scrap again, and understanding what the value of those are.
Right, and you want them all, but you can't get them all.
I
We
do-
have
I do
so
want them
many
all.
brokers we work with.
Yeah.
All of them are special in their own way. Carrie, who's our favorite broker? The
Alasdair.
one we're with.
Yes.
Correct, my
Alasdair.
friend. See, they're learning.
Well spoken.
It took them a while. That was a lesson we stumbled over last time.
We don't talk about that one.
No, he's learning. He's learning. Why don't you give these guys just a little history on
Sure.
what you've done in the past so they can understand
Sure.
progression in the scrap business?
So right out of university, I went to work for a stainless steel mill in Chicago, and I sold cold rolled stainless products for them for a number of years, 3 or 4 years, and they were kind enough to put me through business school too. So as a newly minted MBA, I was looking for my next challenge, and an old family friend of mine said, well, you've got to come to ELG. And you may know ELG, they're a large stainless processor, and I went to work for Jerry Stewart and Tom Penapinto back
Tom's
in
such a good guy.
2000, can you believe? You guys were probably
Wasn't born yet.
Not
Little
born.
guys.
We do have some younger pictures from
Yes.
them later, which will highlight how old we are.
Right.
Like,
So Jerry and Tom and Simon, between them, they trained me up, and I put in a good 2 decades, either 20 years with ELG, and it was great. We had some good runs, but I was ready for another change, and so about a year ago, or a year and a half ago, I left ELG, and then a year ago I started GRS, and I worked in Scotland most of last year, which is where I was born and raised. And I helped a company develop a scrapyard to recycle oil rigs, because all these North Sea oil rigs have to come in out of the sea and be recycled. And the same is true here in the U.S. There's a bunch of oil rigs out on the west coast of California that need to come in and be recycled. So that's been very interesting. But that came to a logical end, because the problem with being a consultant is you teach people what to do and then they go do it.
Yep.
So I decided to get back into what I know and love, which is buying and selling scrap. So here I am, hoping to maybe buy some scrap today.
we'll see if it's good enough. I don't know. Boys, it's over 11, right?
Absolutely it is.
Now,
It's over 11. We'll see. We'll see where that stands. I don't know. So we're going to save all the nickel specific for a longer length thing on my obsession with the 2007 peak and quick drop, which I think we could come back to. But anyway, that's just my opinion. So we'll save it for there. So let's start to get into our regular dumpster talk categories.
Here we are.
so we got the first one is US dollar, I believe, and we have that benchmark at 97. And no matter what Jerome tries to do with the weakening, it seems
He
It
keeps
just
trying
keeps
to
getting
weaken our
stronger.
dollar, but it gets
Yes.
stronger. It's weird.
Yes, and that's kind of put a bit of a headwind on the metal prices in general. And I think last week it ended slightly over 96. So, yeah, that's around the number it's at right now. And also another thing that happened, the St. Louis Fed had a lot of talks about saying how it might be too late already, and that could definitely affect the dollar and the USD index and all that type of stuff. So yeah, our benchmark's at 97. Mike, do you have anything to say about it?
No, it's kind of it's been a pretty big roller coaster the whole way around. I think this week I'm going with I got down. I'm thinking it's going to go down.
I hope you're right.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe bet, but it's called betting for a reason. So
That's right. It's all gambling.
It is.
Even if they want to make it sound sophisticated, like it's
Yeah.
investing, it's all gambling. To be honest.
And I think we all are suggesting that it's going to go down.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
across the board.
Whole way across the board.
Now the thing against that, so the Fed did release the minutes. The reason I'm thinking down maybe is that there's nothing major for the Fed for the next 2 weeks, and they aren't doing a meeting, so it's just going to be the March. If everyone is now, the battle will be, is it a quarter point or is it a half point? I think it's almost kind of priced in that it's a half at this point. So any suggestion that it may not be a half point increase because Jerome is gutless, you do not like Jerome. Carrie is not, he's still in transitory world over here. So anything suggesting that they will not do the half, I think, is going to contribute to a weaker dollar. So we will see if they're all unified on that. The great thing about the minutes is, a lot of people don't realize, they just think Fed, Jerome. But there's 15 governors, 9 are voting, and a lot of times when you read the minutes, you can see how close the decisions are. And it seems like it's really going towards the aggressive raising rates tone, but we shall see. So if that does continue, the dollar could go up more. Again, we're all hopeful it's not, because that'll help our nickel price, our everything prices, especially copper. So that'll be interesting. We'll have to see where that one goes. I don't know. So,
Alex, let's talk a little bit about your money maker there.
Oh, yeah. So,
Huh?
he loves Apple.
so we have Apple stock. It's been, I believe it got almost up to $170, but right now we're at 166. Our benchmark is 167. I think it's going up. Me and Mike, it looks like we're the only ones
Yeah.
thinking it's going up.
I just put up because I wanted to vote for you since you love it so
Oh,
much.
isn't that nice?
That's
It's
all.
a nice uncle.
But yeah, like they said, you can do you can make money trading options, and Apple has been a good one I've been doing. So if you guys want to get into that, I suggest Apple. I think it's going up.
It's funny because you can make money in like a $7 range
Yeah.
of where that stock has been just by betting low on a certain day, the Fed day, when as soon as the press conference started, it just plummeted.
Get the
Yeah.
watch for
He
the big
he
swings.
did really well. So you're very good, especially in these tight swings. Again, I think it all relates, unfortunately, just back to the whole same story with the Fed that if the 10-year goes up and stays above 2, Apple's gonna have a hard time. But Apple, you're making money, so I'm not gonna doubt you.
But I want to hear from Carrie and Dan. Why do you guys think it's going down?
Well,
He has to, and we don't want him to win every time.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a simple.
It's just that
That's
simple?
my Now I know he has something more nuanced.
Because the interest rates and how Jerome's saying
Yes.
that it's going to come, I don't know, the whole stock market is kind of just negative for me right now. I'm thinking we're probably going to be in a turn for the worse here soon.
You're
so.
saying you lost some money, so now you're just
Yes,
angry.
exactly.
Not exactly what I'm saying.
Not
but
on his NFT. His
Yes.
NFT is
That's
just,
that's the same
Mad
thing.
Max is
Yes.
just rolling.
Max Crosby.
Max
He's a great
Crosby
football
NFT.
player.
So I think Carrie's just going to pour all his money into the Max Crosby
Yes.
NFT. And when we're in Vegas, maybe we
Maybe
can
we'll
go
see him.
Max.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh, maybe a token. You could get a
I could
visit.
show him.
You could show him
We
your
could have a little
token.
party.
We're gonna stalk Max, I think.
Yeah.
We have a plan.
All right, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm ready.
It really isn't a good idea, actually. I think security will be finding
glad
us
you mentioned
first.
that.
No, we're not doing that. So yeah, Alex has been doing great with Apple. Good luck with that. We'll see. But yeah, I agree with Carrie in the sense that everything is trending kind of negative. You have a lot of doomsdayers out there that are becoming louder and louder. So we'll see. I'm usually pessimistic anyway.
Doesn't
hate
it all
that.
tie back to rare earth metals?
It does, in a way.
Are they going to be able to get enough rare earth metals to develop all this new technology?
I agree.
When is their CEO going to take a more reasonable cut of the profits?
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, he got lambasted earlier.
I don't know any of this.
Last week.
So what happened?
It was revealed he's taking, I think, $73 million salary
Okay,
for last year.
I see.
Which a few people think is just a little
Slightly
over the top.
excessive?
A little excessive.
I see.
So I'm wondering if just market sentiment and rare earth metals are gonna drive it down. You
There's
know?
my man. See, that sounded smart, and he says it in a way that sounds smarter than us. He's just better. He's good at this stuff, guys.
He is.
Those
And the
make sense,
hair,
though.
Carrie. I know you're jealous.
You guys, they saw my mullet last time.
Oh,
It's
I
going.
don't know.
Mike
I think
is
he
a.
definitely has
Mike's
good
also a
hair.
barber. A barber. He's a broker to the stars. Mike's a barber to the stars because he's not responsible for me in this glare that you're
No.
unfortunately seeing right now. But these two are finished products, and the only thing I liked is that the mullet was taken away. That helped me a lot.
It was a sad day.
It was a
I
sad
think
day.
he was sick of his mom yelling at him.
Yeah, it could be.
That was another reason.
Yeah.
But,
We're going to get back on track. A big number for us in this business. So much of what we do with our industrial customers is manufacturing and fabricating. And one leads to the other, one feeds the other. If there's no manufacturing, there's no fabricating. If there's no fabricating, there's no manufacturing. And if none of that happens, there's no scrap. So for us, we really focus on the PMI. And the market manufacturing PMI is set to be released tomorrow at 8:45 a.m. We're going to be bright-eyed, bushy-tailed waiting for this number. Last month, 55.5. We're setting the benchmark at 56 because that's the consensus estimate. And we will see what happens. So, positive side, I want to be up. What's everyone else thinking, guys?
I think I voted down here.
Carrie's the only one that voted down.
Carrie's a negative Nelly.
Well, I usually see it when everyone votes the same way. I like to go the other way, just in case.
I see.
That's what
I
usually
see.
puts me over the edge, you know?
It does. It gets all that courage gets you the. We'll discuss.
That's how you get that thing right there.
That's how you get the things you can't lift.
Yes, the courage, the
That's
bravery.
right. Yeah, he's the lion, all right. He needs some courage. So, 50 signals contraction. Above 50 is expansion, and we've had over 50 for about 2 years, almost since out of the pandemic. Now the level of expansion has gone down a bit. We were looking at 60 towards the fall and the summer last year, when things were very hot. So it is starting to cool, but still having that number be over is very healthy for us, and will also feed into some stock buys or sells tomorrow when that number comes out. It's always a big number. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Most people are hoping for higher, but some are looking for somewhere else.
Negative Nellies.
I mean, just judging by all the trucks on the road,
Wow,
on the
that's-
turnpike today, and on Route 30, I mean, business seems to be booming, at least around here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that kind of bodes well in a microcosm.
It's the trucks that are running and the trucks that aren't.
Yeah.
You work with a customer in Canada. Getting trucks across the border, how's that been?
It has been a little bit of a challenge until sweeping emergency powers were involved.
Yeah.
Justin Trudeau.
Yes, not a fan, but that is crazy. And
is crazy.
So you're putting a different level of difficulty. Now I will say, you have come through, and your traffic department has got us trucks. But
Thank you.
we know how
Shout
hard
out to
it is.
Patty. Good
Yeah.
job, Patty.
We know how hard it is to get trucks. So you can do a deal. 20% of the deals we did in January were not able to be reflected in our billing until February, just from the lack of being able to be picked up. And that impact rolls down. I think it also spreads out the growth, so it might mask some things that are actually going down because it's just stuff that was in the back. But yeah, transportation is huge with that. So I guess you're right. It is a good factor that there's demand for the transportation, and that can be a read. But it's also just hard getting the trucks. So
Yeah. Sure
now
is.
I think we're done with the
Yes.
substantive portion, so that's why we're going to turn it over to Carrie.
Yes.
When it's fluff, we
For
turn
the-
it over to
for
him.
the most important category of them all, best streaming service, our favorites right now, So when me and Alasdair first talked on the Zoom back a couple weeks ago, we found out you're from Scotland.
I am from
Yes.
Scotland, yes.
I still don't
Scotland.
believe that, but that's
And,
okay.
one of my favorite movies is actually Braveheart. I love the movie. William Wallace.
Yes.
Just a great story.
Isn't
in
that your
general.
dog's name?
No.
He's
Oh.
getting a new dog.
No,
Oh,
the
that's
dog
cool.
is going to be called Gus.
Ooh.
I was outvoted. I wanted him to be called Wallace, but the girls went with Gus.
I
So,
Wallace would have been,
That-
Wallace would have been a good one.
Oh yeah.
but small world. I did grow up in the town in Scotland called Lanark, where William Wallace executed the English governor.
No
to,
way.
To kick them all out.
Longshanks? Or
Yeah,
who was
no,
that?
yeah, I don't know who the governor was. Then he
Very
went on
cool.
to Bannockburn, and that's where he beat Longshanks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all good. And there's a big statue of William Wallace in my
Well,
hometown.
maybe one day I'll be
Yeah.
able to see it.
Maybe you guys
Visit.
could road trip.
Yes.
Sure. Over to Scots.
Yes. Well, I think it would be
Wow.
boat, right? You have to take a boat.
I don't know.
It's over
no,
there.
no, yeah, it's not a road. It's not driving. No, Gary.
Okay.
We can't fly there.
Yes,
it's
we won't
okay.
fly there.
We don't have to row.
This is great.
Okay.
God.
So our favorites right now it's Euphoria.
Oh.
It's my favorite streaming besides Braveheart. Euphoria, and I'm pretty sure Alex put that as well.
Yeah, 2 Euphorias.
You can see the range in demographics. We are not suggesting that anyone watch any of these. Also, just FYI, I don't want to be
R-rated.
roped into some of my younger
18 plus
enjoyment issues. But yeah,
Yes.
so they have Euphoria. What'd you pick?
I went with Ozark.
Oh, that's right. I
Because
love
it's
Ozark.
just so good. It's gripping. It keeps you on the edge of the seat the whole time.
It's like about just being trapped in a life that there is zero exit. There is no exit that doesn't involve death. Kind of, right?
That's kind of the
Like,
the
I
MO.
don't think there is a possible
And
way.
now that it's in the last season, everyone's on the edge of the seat trying to figure out if Marty is going to be able to extricate himself from this.
Shh, don't say too much.
Spoilers,
He just started.
spoilers.
He started. Are you in this at all?
No, actually,
Ozark.
maybe one episode. But I
Oh,
never really
you
got
need to catch
too much.
you?
Euphoria.
I've never saw it.
Never watched it.
No.
You would
You
love
need to persevere with it. It's
You would
good.
love it.
It's
What'd
good.
you pick?
I'm Yellowstone.
You're Yellowstone.
Yeah,
I've never
John,
tried
the
that.
Dutton Ranch.
So what's that about? What's the general?
It's out in the Yellowstone.
Okay.
Um,
that sounds like
the,
a Gary question.
Yeah,
right?
that was a Gary question. About a family who owns the ranch, and
Okay.
there's a lot of people want to take it from them, but it's kind of the old time where
Oh, you're all
kinda,
about
I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
You're gunned up. You're gunned up.
Carry guns and horses and
Perfect.
out in a ranch in the middle of nowhere. Let's
I've heard
go.
good things. Have you guys? Anyone else watched that? Because I've heard great things. I just haven't got
I
to it.
have
I
not.
haven't seen it yet.
It's a good one.
Set in the late 1800s. Is it a period piece?
This is a little
Little after
before,
that.
but now they're coming out with one that's prior to lead up to one that's
Oh,
going.
a prequel sequel.
1880.
Once we get into that, it's like-
1883, I think the new one's
Okay.
called.
I think that's what Game of Thrones is doing too. They're coming out with a prequel.
Okay.
Another
Is there a
good- another good
Euphoria
stream.
prequel? Because
Maybe, I have no idea.
I hope it's less.
After last night's episode, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Euphoria.
Wow.
Check it out though. Check it out. If you, I don't know.
Euphoria?
Yes.
No,
you have
I
to be
can't.
hesitant with
Yes.
what you watch with that show.
Well, I
If you
will
look
say
if you look deep enough, it is
there's a good lesson.
there's a lesson. There's a lesson in it. Let's
There's
just
a lot
say
of
that.
fringe
Yeah,
that
let's
may
leave
not
it at
work.
that.
Yeah.
But I will say where this all started was it was so funny. The first time we had our Zoom call with Alasdair talking about nickel and some of the material we had, these two, like the William Wallace chants and yells were crazy, and I was like, we got to get this guy here if there's such
Yes.
love for William.
I love it.
Oh, that's perfect. There you go. That's a good way to end. Now, I know William would be able to handle this much
I'm
better
sure.
than you can.
I'm sure he
Like,
can.
I mean, look at all those double clutches to get that out. I don't know. It's been a great episode. Alex, good job, my man.
Thank you. It's been a great episode. We'll be back next week. Thank you guys for watching, and if leave a like in the comment, give a little welcome to Alasdair and Mike for their
Thanks for
first
having
video.
us.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it,
thank
guys.
you.
Crashing your party.
Thanks for
Yeah.
That's
joining.
right.
It's
All
been
right.
good.
Have a good one, guys.